Hey, Richest you money maniacs, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about the Sound Money Caucus. That's right, Sound Money Caucus. Hopefully it involves gold and silver. So let's get right to it. Hey, Richest you money maniacs, welcome back. Tom coming at you. Thanks for tuning in again. In this video, we're going to talk about the Sound Money Caucus that was proposed by Representative Warren Davidson, Republican from Ohio, and several other Republicans. Interesting that there are no Democrats on that. None of them want sound money, I guess. But, oh, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is I'd like to read his quote and then make comment on it. I think it's wonderful that people are starting to focus on how important financial and fiscal policy is in the United States. However, there is a false premise afoot. Get out your spy glasses like Sherlock Holmes. Okay, anyway. I'm pleased to announce the formation of the Congressional Sound Money Caucus. We already have a great core group of members who are leaders in this area, who understand how important it is for the US dollar to be an enduring store of value and an efficient means of exchange. I look forward to hashing out policy solutions to address the economic distortions of monetary inflation so that monetary and fiscal policy can help rebuild the middle class and restart the American economy and get us on a path for sustainable growth. Now, I really shouldn't be making fun because it's really nice that these guys are trying to bring attention to the mess that the central banking system and the elected officials currently have made, and of which they are a part. They are in office now. However, the idea of a Sound Money Caucus and possibly the discussion of backing our currency, our fiat currency, with gold again got me a little more than just excited. Got me actually enthusiastic about these guys and what they could potentially pull off. But you got to remember something. The Republicans and the Democrats haven't been that different fiscally for a long time. Republicans have spent just as much or more than Democrats sometimes. It's just now it's become extremely obvious that things have gone awry and have been allowed to go awry for way too long. So here's where we are, right? We're in a currency. We're using a currency that does not store value. It's not able to. In fact, that's the whole premise of Keynesian economics and fiat currency that is not backed by anything of substance except laws. And basically what that means is that government officials with people with guns saying use it or else we'll put you in jail. Okay, so you have to use this currency or you won't be able to actually do trade with anybody. However, there's still bartering and there's still other ways around it. But the idea here is that it's the enforcement of legislation that actually gives the fiat currency its value. And then, of course, we are convinced either through law or through generational programming or through schooling or whatever that this fake currency actually has any value. Now, how many people actually walk around with cash anymore? It's a very small percentage of people. So we're not even really talking about physical pieces of paper anymore, even as currency. Okay, so first I have to go back. Why is it not a store of value? Because fiat currency immediately starts to lose value the moment it changes hands from one person to the other, simply because the marketplace knows that there's no value behind it. There's no gold behind it. There's no corn or cows or anything behind it. And so if it's just paper and they can print more of it, and now they're not even printing paper, they're just typing numbers into computers, well then the market eventually balances out regardless of their best efforts. It's always happened in the past. It has always happened in our history, and now it's happening again, which is really just kind of comical. It's almost, it is the very definition of insanity. The Chinese definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over expecting a different result. Go figure. Keynesians just haven't gotten it right this time. Sounds like socialists. Anyway, back to the point. So as soon as you use a currency that is called fiat, it is no longer recognized by the market as a store of value. It is now a thief of value. That dollar will always lose purchasing power. In fact, all the currencies around the world are all fiat. And so what you have basically is all these currencies falling like skydivers over the years, right? They're falling, 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 falling. The only thing we're measuring is how fast one is falling compared to the other. And so they say, okay, well, if we're moving the camera and show everybody in the middle of the screen falling at the same time, that's where you see that, oh, this one's not falling as fast, or oh, this one's falling a little bit faster, and that one's, it looks like they're staying still, except that they're all falling continuously. So when you're looking at them continuously falling and one falls a little bit slower, it looks like it moves different. You're like, oh, well, that's the good one. It's not losing as much value. Or, oh, that's the good one. But it's all a false premise. They are not stores of value. Only real things are stores of value, like gold and silver or real estate even. Other commodities, real tangible things are stores of value. That's why currency is not called money, because it does not actually store the value. It does not actually work that way. Now, it's very convenient for exchange, especially when you don't even use paper or cotton. You just use little ones and zeros in your little phone. You type those little numbers in and boom, you make that exchange. But here's the thing. If people lose faith in that fiat currency, then there will be no use no matter how many numbers you punch in. They won't want to take that money from you and give you whatever it is that you want. They won't deliver your goods from whatever website you order from. They won't let you in the store and walk out because your currency has no value. In fact, talk to Turkey right now and ask them what's happening to their currency value. So let's think about this for a second, right? These guys want to talk about keeping the US dollar as a global financial reserve, right? The global currency reserve for the world. Why is that important? Because what a lot of folks don't realize is that the United States monetary policy is also one of its greatest weapons. The US dollar has the ability to, like a vampire, suck value creation out of foreign countries without ever lifting a gun. It's called inflation. But if you're not the world reserve currency, then guess what? You get the value sucked out of you. Uh-oh, watch out. Americans don't like the sound of that. And I bet the Republicans don't like the sound of that either. Now, will they actually do it for that reason? You can be sure that yes, that's a big part of the reason. And why would that be so true? Because we owe other countries mountains of currency. We owe them so much money, we can't make interest payments. This country is so broke, it's through the roof. It's astronomical. I mean, you've seen the memes online. What comes after trillion? I mean, come on. So with that all in mind, God bless them. I'm so glad that they're trying at least to get people to focus on monetary policy and maybe even introduce the idea of using gold behind our dollar. Let's go back to what the Constitution says. The Constitution of the United States of America says only gold and silver may be money, period. Not cotton, not paper, not Bitcoin, not ones and zeros. Gold and silver. When they created the Federal Reserve or the U.S. Treasury, actually go back, when it was the U.S. Treasury and they put out dollars, it was a U.S. silver certificate. It was not called a Federal Reserve note. It was a silver certificate, and you could take that piece of paper and go to the gold and silver window and exchange it for an ounce of gold. $1, 1 ounce. Why do we have to make it so complicated? Well, because we want to build empires. And we love telling other countries what to do and how to live their lives and what religion they should follow. And now we like telling people whether they're allowed to work or not. Now, America, boy, we love telling people whether they have to take a medication or not, or what they can wear, or what food they can eat and drink. We tell each other how to live our lives every day, all day long. And we're monitoring ourselves all the time, too, because watch out, somebody's coming to get us all the time. I mean, paranoia. Anybody remember a band called The Kinks? Paranoia, big destroyer. This is not the first time we've seen this in the world. They were back in the 70s. So, you want to see a good band? Look up The Kinks. Listen to the song Paranoia. For right now, let's just pray all together. Let's say a prayer that these Republican senators and representatives on this Sound Money Caucus, that the Lord will show them the way to clear the path to make a gold-backed dollar bill again. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We have a lot of content coming out every week, and we'd love to have you back again. Even better, if you think I'm a goof, make a comment down below. I'd love to be able to have a conversation with you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.